Why do Gen Z women hate men? Tough, bro. Let's get into this, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that sub button, become a 007. Road to 10K. This is crazy.
How they thought we'd react to news of the male loneliness epidemic.
What can I do to help? Is there a GoFundMe?
This is a trend. There are a bunch of other TikTok videos with the exact same caption where they're overreacting. Oh, I feel so bad. And then it's the joke that I actually do not feel bad. And if you check the comments under all the videos, they are full of pure hatred. Men's suffering is literally the motivation that gets me out of bed in the morning. For real.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Waking up early to hate on men is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That is nasty work. She is a super villain. What's her username? Oh, DC. I don't care. Bro, y'all gotta understand something, bro. A lot of these women really don't hate men. Like, and y'all fall for the bait every single time. It's just like the chicks who be like, I don't want a man to approach me at the gym. No, you don't want the weird man to approach you, the unattractive man, bro. Y'all do not fall for the okie doke. These women hate when men do them wrong. They hate Chad and Tyrone, bro. They don't hate you, twin. Keep shooting your shot, bro. Get your buckets.
Men's suffering is literally the motivation that gets me out of bed in the morning. For real, men's self-end rates aren't high enough, to be honest. And this is a real problem where young people, men specifically, the leading cause of their death is suicide. And here's the plot twist: women die from suicide and suffer just as much as men. But here's the question: men disproportionately kill themselves more compared to women. Then why do women suffer as much through suicide? It is because they die significantly less, so their death is relative. But please understand this thing: this is not a women-men problem. Everyone in the middle stages of their life will almost try to hurt themselves. In the context of statistics, children will be living the happiest moment and stage of their life, and the same thing applies.
The real ones know about this little rug carpet thing right here with little puzzle pieces. The real one know. If you know, you know, bro. Especially when they bring the little cart out with the VHS. Come on now.
To the elderly. But if you're a teenager, if you're 20, 30, 40, or 50, statistically, you are living in the most unhappiest moment and stage of your life. And if you look at suicide statistics by age, 45 to 64-year-olds take first place, 25 to 44-years old take second place, then it slightly lowers as the older you get to 65 to 74. But if you're 15 to 24, you're taking fourth place, and then at its lowest is 75 and older. The old people, the ones who are dying, the ones who are broke, the ones who have nothing to live for. Your wife died. They are the happiest. How? Why? And at its very lowest, 10 to 14-year-olds.
Martha is getting lit, buddy.
Replicate the happiness, the confidence of old people. You cannot replicate the happiness and confidence of a child because you are living your current stage. You must accept reality for what it is. And more importantly, look at the people who try to. There are so many man children who disregard a lot of responsibilities in their life, trying to play video games, eat junk food.
But these are y'all, the ones of you who, whenever I post a video about self-improvement, getting in the gym and bettering yourselves, y'all are the ones that be in my comments arguing with me, bro. These be y'all sitting here. She should love me for me. Bro, you're bigger than the chair you're sitting in, family. You are bigger than the chair you're sitting in, but you're wondering why. You're not pulling no matches on dating apps, or you're not getting any women. Women aren't worth the squeeze. It's not worth the work. I'd rather go be happy. This is happy.
And trying to replicate the happiness they once felt, but they don't understand that the advice old people give you, you have all heard it already. Think everyone naked. Oh, who cares about what other people think? We all know it, but because we are young, you cannot help it because there are other priorities in your life that are more important, where you kind of do need to care because you do need a job. You are not retired. You care about what other people think because they're the ones that pay your bills. Life is a completely completely different game at different stages and ages in your life. You personally cannot replicate the happiness and excitement as a child, because if you are, you will just be escaping the reality of life. You have seen so many adults where all they do is try to avoid responsibility by being slothful, by doing absolutely nothing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to take up any sort of responsibility. And over time, they're trying to chase the happiness they once felt, but they will only end up with worse consequences. And this is a very important point people fail to understand. It is extremely easy to fall into the trap of hating women, fall into the trap of hating men, because they're
This is what I have been saying, bro. People fall into the trap of hating women and hating men because they fail to literally do anything to change their reality, bro. Nothing happens magically. You gotta stop waiting, especially as a man, bro. I be telling y'all, nobody is coming to save y'all. I'm telling you, from the ages of like 18 through like 23. I was like angry at women. I was like, I'm tired of getting played. I'm tired of getting used. Women are this, women are that. Then I'm watching Fresh and Fit and all this bullshit podcast. And nothing changed until one day somebody asked me, they was like, bro, you're saying angry at women, but like, how do you feel about yourself? What have you done to improve your situation? I literally sat there and I was like, damn, bro, you low-key right, Gango, because I haven't done shit. I don't go to the gym. I don't take care of myself. I don't have any money. I live with my parents. Like, bro, like, I don't have anything going my way, but I'm pissed off at women, bro. Think about it. Like, really think about it. What woman in their right mind is going to want to date a guy that they got to take care of, bro? It's that simple.
There are so many reasons to hate life, and the only way to make yourself feel a little bit more confident, a little bit better about myself, is to belittle the other gender. Ha ha ha, me right now with lonely men. What a dumb comment.
Envy is one emotion that almost no one will ever admit to, because to admit to feeling envy is to admit that you feel inferior to another person. We don't like to do that. We want to feel superior. So no one will ever admit that they acted out of envy.
I've watched a bunch of videos on why men are explaining that women suck. I've equally watched the exact opposite, why women say that men suck. But to get everything down to the roots, they'll give you exact pinpoint reasons. Oh, they do this, they do that. Oh, they kill more people. They're so dumb, they die more. But here's the thing. It is out of envy. The reason why they hate the other group is because deep down, they know that they have something that the other gender wants. Most of the time, the men that do hate groups of women are all incels because they cannot get and attract other people as easy as it is for women. And the same thing applies to women hating on men. Men have a higher ceiling of intelligence, and equally they also have a lower ceiling of intelligence. They are more extreme on both sides, and they overly fixate on the extreme sides, the worst sides, and also the best sides. That gives them the perfect reason to hate the rich men. They are also the brokest people. Here's the thing, guys, here's the thing. Envy is a real emotion, and a lot of people cannot regulate and understand it. And more importantly,
Let's talk about this for a second, because this isn't the normal dating content I make. I want to speak on this, right? You can tell where a person is financially normally when they speak about people with money, okay? The people who expect the rich to save society are just people who are in a mindset that is going to keep them broke forever. What you have to understand is, bro, if you are waiting for a rich person to come and sweep you off your feet, you're never going to put in any work, and you don't conceptualize or understand how hard most people work to become rich. Do some people get handed things in life? Yes, I'm not going to ignore that. But if you're the type of person where you're like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all these people should pay off the debt, like, bro, that's why you're broke. You take no accountability. You literally expect somebody else to come and save you. And this is coming from a black man in America, bro, and the minority, where life is so much harder for black men. I'm not saying that it's not, but at the end of the day, like, don't get it twisted. Like, yes, there are some disadvantages depending on your situation, your race, and all that stuff like that. But what I am saying is, don't let that stop you from trying. That's all I'm saying. No matter what race you are, do not let it stop you from trying. Am I saying there's not disadvantages? No. But still, try to make something of yourself at the end of the day.
This clouds your judgment. You no longer know what you actually like or dislike. Nobody talks about this, but the whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, I guarantee you, a big reason why people were willing to hate on Drake is because he's so successful. He is so successful in every single factor that there is. Deep down, the entire audience is envious of what he has, so it's easier to hate on him and root for the underdog. And here's the thing. The reason why old people are so confident and happy as well as children compared to everyone else is because they lack that emotion. They are not envious. An old man walking across the street is not going to compare and contrast the difference of how people look. They don't care. They'll wear whatever bullshit they got in the closet. The same thing applies to wealth. A lot of them are either extremely broke or extremely rich, and nonetheless, they don't care as much as it is important to young people. The reason why young people are so unhappy, and I can't give you this as a one-liner shoot of advice, it is a very complex thing. It's because envy runs in our system. We are constantly comparing ourselves to our peers. It is definitely exacerbated because of social media, but even without it, even when you were all the way young back in the day where there was.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up here. I'm gonna give some thoughts about this whole situation, bro, and we're gonna stay on topic, right? It's about why Gen Z women hate men, bro. Here's the problem. 80% of women, this is a statistic, I'm not just throwing something out of nowhere. 80% of women are attracted to the same 20% of men typically, right? Or the same 20% as far as archetypes of men. These men have a lot of options, right? Compared to the average guy. So obviously when you have options, this works for men and women. The guys like to try to make it like, oh, it's all on women. No, it's on both parties. When you have a lot of options, majority of people are going to utilize that. Majority of people are going to see what's out there and they're going to, take advantage of their options. Are there a percentage of people that won't? Yes, of course, but that's the minority. The majority of people, they are going to take advantage of this. So you have to understand these men are playing these women, banging these women out. And I mean the average women, the pretty women. And then these women have this negative taste of men because the men that they want aren't checking for them, aren't treating them well, and they put that whole persona on every guy. Like, you could be an average guy, not much success with women, and you finally get a girl and you want to treat her well, but she has this perception of you because of what the guy that she actually craves has done to her. Or you might be a guy in a situation like me where you have recently became more attractive than you used to be, and you start dating and women assume that you're going to be like the guy who's always been attractive, or the guy who has, played her, done her wrong. She automatically puts that perspective or perception on you. So a lot of women have just been hurt by Chad and Tyrone, and they put it on a bunch of other men. And it just comes down to, don't let one bad apple spoil the bunch. So for you guys who are incels, you guys who are super red pill and you don't like women basically, or you feel a certain negative type of way about women, you're only hurting yourself, bro. Because the only thing you're going to do is you're going to cope. You're going to tell yourself it is okay for you to remain the same. And your life is you're only hurting you. You're not hurting these women that you're hating on. They still got guys in their DMs. They're still going to be able to get a man. They're still going to go and live their lives. And you're going to be stuck. Well, I'm going my own way. It's not worth it. And you're just going to pass away lonely, bro. So take this as a kind of like a message, hopefully to help you. And don't get it twisted. I know how you feel. Like, I know what it feels like to be lonely. I know how it feels not to be able to attract women. I've been there. I have videos telling you guys all about my experiences dating. But my life didn't get better. I didn't start getting happier and getting more opportunities until I took action. It's all about taking action. But yeah. That's it for this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, become a 007. Let's get to the next one. Peace.